Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Papi Britt, and welcome to the Platicando con Papi podcast. If it's your first time here, then welcome, and if you've been here before, then welcome back. We finally have an episode where it's just me, and honestly, it's just been really hard to even come up with what to talk about because I literally just don't feel like I'm in the best headspace at all. And so I finally just sat down and wrote kind of what I've been feeling. I'm literally just gonna read what I wrote because I just needed to get it off my brain and into a physical form so I could finally just dump it out of my brain. But yeah, I'm just gonna literally read what I wrote. And yeah, this is just gonna be one of those podcasts where I'm just chilling. All of the other podcasts, I've had the last few podcasts have been with people, and I'm very grateful that they have taken the time to come and share their experiences and be vulnerable and talk to me about their crafts because they're people I really admire. So I'm very grateful for that. But it has been a while since I've done a podcast on my own. And part of that is just because I just genuinely don't even know what direction to go anymore. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna talk and read off what I wrote. I don't know what's going on in my brain, so I guess I'll just write. I feel so stuck. I feel like everything and nothing is happening all at once. Everything in life feels so mundane. Mundane, is that how you say the word? Mundane. I just want to feel happy and fulfilled. It breaks my heart that my podcast, something I truly love and have poured my heart into, no longer feels enjoyable. People have sucked the fun out of it. I get hate comments daily. I have people over analyzing and judging me and my life as if I'm not just another imperfect human trying to figure out this thing called life. I get called desperate for loving too hard and choosing to see the good in people and staying in situations for longer than I probably should. I get told I'm a whore, slut, easy, or whatever name people to choose to call me that day, simply for the way I choose to dress, when it took me years to love myself and the skin that I'm in. I get told no one will ever love me or take me serious because I like to go out. Meanwhile, I'm an extrovert who simply likes to connect with people and whose cup is filled by being with other people. And yes, I cuss, I drink, I smoke. Santa jamás juré ser. I've got my vices, but everyone does. I pride myself in the heart that I have, and I sleep well at night knowing that I walk through life aiming not to do harm to others. It baffles me sometimes to know how hateful people can be. I've been called and told things I could never even fathom coming up with on my own because that's not how my heart operates. I get a lot of resentment from men because I don't cater my content to them. I'm simply creating a space to call my own. Of course, my content is catered to women. I am a woman. It breaks my heart to know how committed people are to breaking me down when all that I do is show up and try to present myself as the most authentic version of me. It's become hard for me to want to speak about anything because it becomes dissected into something that it was never meant to be. How am I supposed to speak on my experiences when I know somehow, some way, someone will find a way to talk shit? I'm simply a girl who's doing her best. I'm trying to build a life of my own that makes me happy and that I'm proud of. I'm learning along the way. I'm trying to heal wounds that I did not create. I'm trying to break generational curses. I'm trying to show that it's okay not to be okay, and that we're all just simply doing our best. I'm trying to speak on what it's like to be first gen, to feel alone, to be vulnerable, and it sucks to know that there's people who constantly try to suck the joy out of anything I enjoy. Yo no molesto a nadie. I truly wish I knew why people are so committed to hating me. I wish I could just turn it all off and focus on the ones who do listen, who do relate, but it's so hard when the hate is so loud. I feel so alone. I feel so lost. I feel so stuck. And it sucks to know that I can't express that because people get joy out of seeing me down. It's hard to continue to show up when I feel like I have nothing left to say. And I hate that I cried, but whatever. I'm a Scorpio moon and I'm a crybaby. I literally have crybaby tattooed for that same reason. But yeah, that's basically it. And I just feel like my podcast has become a fucking broken record of me talking about the hate that I receive. And it sucks because that's not what this was meant to be. I literally had a whole list of topics on my phone before I started my podcast about things I wanted to talk about. And I haven't even done 98% of them because it just doesn't even feel safe anymore to talk about anything. I get comments and like the thing is people like I have so many men that are so fucking mad at me and hate me and have this rage towards me simply because I start off one or two TikToks saying, "Hi, amigas." They feel excluded because I say, "Hi, amigas." When one thing that my sorority always taught me is the fact that in most of our life, we've gone through our whole life where people address us as "hi guys," "hey guys," and that's not a problem. But me choosing to start off a silly little TikTok sin pensar saying "hi amigas" because I know that most of the people that watch my TikTok are women and girls and gays and theys makes me worth hating and wishing so much bad upon. Like, I truly don't understand. And again, like it's gotten to the point where it just doesn't even feel safe because I've had people comment, like guys comment about how they see me out, and thankfully I'm always surrounded by people that I know and love and care about, and most places I go I know the owners or security or whatever, so I have friends that I know will protect me. But just knowing that I have those eyes on me that are wishing so much evil upon me is not a good place to be, especially when like life is hard enough, you know, like life is already like I said, I'm just doing my fucking best every day. Like I work, I go to the gym, I go to yoga, I visit my family. Like, I don't understand why that is such a problem for people. I really don't. Like, I literally have a whole list of topics I wanted to talk about. Being cheated on, fear of being seen, being a first gen college student, my college experience, being undocumented, being the black sheep of the family. So many different topics. I wish I wanted to make this a space similar to my lives where I can talk about my dating experiences and traveling and going out and literally just me trying to figure life out. But it's just, again, it just doesn't seem enjoyable anymore. Even my lives, like on my lives is really where I talk about everything, like uncensored, unfiltered. I talk about my life because I know all my girls are mostly watching, but there's always silent watchers that will see what I'm talking about and come back to YouTube and comment just to show hate and like use it against me somehow, some way. And it's just like, it makes me so sad because I love this podcast. I love doing the podcast. I love being vulnerable. I love connecting with people. I love going live. I love social media. I love going out. Like, I love connecting with people. I love being social. I love meeting people. All of that stuff. And it just has turned into something so dark and ugly. And it's just like, I'm at a place where I'm like, where do I go? What do I do? Like, this is what I enjoy, and it's not even fun anymore. People get on my ass about being consistent and about posting more and stuff like that, but then it's hard when every single thing that I do gets broken down. And I'm just like at a crossroads where I'm like, if I stop showing up and if I stop all of this, I'm not being true to who I am and true to what I enjoy. But if I continue to show up, I literally get hate comments and, like, I'm telling you, like, the most disgusting comments you could ever think of every single day, and I don't think that's normal. And like I mentioned on here, like, I wish I could turn it off because I know there's so many people that love and appreciate and watch the podcast for all the right reasons, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But the hate is very loud. And my thing is, like, I don't understand why, porque yo no molesto a nadie. I have this thing where my goal is to always leave people better than I met them. Whether, I mean, even if it's, on the street, for example, if I see someone, si no tengo dinero para darles, in my mind, les digo que Dios lo bendiga, or I will tell them, no tengo dinero, pero que Dios lo bendiga, or no tengo dinero, pero tengo esta comida, gusta esto, like stuff like that. Like, I know I have a pure heart and I move with good intentions. That's why I said I sleep good at night, knowing that I don't move in malicious ways, and I know that the people that are sitting there hating on me and being nasty and disgusting, they probably have their own shit, their own insecurities, their own issues, and their own hatred within themselves to want to create these pages. But, like, when I have people making, I will block them, and they make more pages, and then they make fake pages, and on TikTok, I can't even figure out who they are or block them because there's so many. Like, it's just so hard. So yeah, I really just don't even know. And like I said, I know that most people are really just doing their best, and I hate that it gets used against me so much, especially when it comes to, like, dating and men and stuff like that. Like, I get so much hate. Like, me dicen que estoy dejada, que ya nadie me va a querer, that I'm this, that I'm that. And I'm like, first of all, romantic love, relationship kind of love isn't even my main priority. Like, I'm very grateful que tengo mi familia that I love so much. Even today I got to see my grandma, I saw my nephews. I'm building my relationship with my dad again. I got to see my little brother, my other brother, like my little sister. I got to see my best friend for a little bit. I dropped off some medicine for her. Like, I have so many beautiful relationships that I love and care about. So it just sucks to constantly be told that I'm just such a shitty, unlovable person on the internet. Like, I wish I could just simply exist. Like, I don't understand why my presence bothers so many people. Like, why I can't just simply make my silly little podcast where I talk about my silly little experiences and be okay. And I know I'm doing this to myself and subjecting this to myself because at the end of the day, it is the fucking internet, and everyone has an opinion and wants to be so fucking self-righteous and act like I'm like, my thing is, like, I don't even know how people can be so judgmental and hateful, because I'm like, are you perfect? Like, is your life perfect? Are you, like, how are you in a place where you feel so comfortable sitting behind a screen and judging someone, first of all, that you don't know, but also knowing that you're not perfect either? Like, it just makes no sense to me. I vlogged my family, and I went to go see my family for Easter, and it was my little niece's birthday, and I was gonna post it, but then I was like, why would I post that knowing that I could possibly subject my family to hate. And that's like the one thing that I just cannot do. Or like even for opening day, why would I post knowing that I'm gonna get shit for going out? I didn't even really drink, honestly. Like, I maybe had like 6 shots in the span of the 12 hours that I was out. Meanwhile, I drank like fucking 10 bottles of water and had food and all of that stuff, so that really didn't fucking do anything. But like, knowing that I was gonna be hated for that, and like, I'm at a place where I literally, for me to stop receiving hate, I simply have to just disappear from social media altogether. I don't know. It just really sucks. I wish I could continue to connect with the people that do love me and do support me, and like my girls on TikTok, and even the guys that show love. Like, I wish I could do that without having to deal with so much fucking hate. Like, I have this guy who will download every single one of my TikToks and post them on his own page and like make videos out of it. He made a video mad about what I wear because I had posted about the fact that like on my podcast I started wearing t-shirts and stuff because I don't want the focus to be on my looks. Like I don't. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to wear my fucking sports bras or whatever the fuck. Like, at the end of the day, I wear what I want. And he downloaded videos and pictures of me from when I go out and stuff, saying like on the podcast versus real life, you're not fooling anyone. And my thing is, I'm like, I'm not trying to fool anyone. He made a video basically with this saying that I'm a puta, basically. And even if I fucking was, like, a usted que, you know what I mean? Like, I just truly don't understand. But he made it with like, I don't know if you guys can see, but a black person, because he thinks it's so funny and like calls black people llantas. And like, I hate that I'm even focusing on this, but I'm like, it amuses me how fucking disgusting and hateful people can be. Oh, I had someone today. He said, honestly, it would be a good idea to rethink this OnlyFans venture, considering how much your views have plummeted in the last podcast. Might be due to your constant sneak dissing towards the boys on your TikTok, like Yo Te Arreglo and saying amigas. That probably has driven a lot of the audience as it comes across very sour. Personally, don't count on me if you launch OnlyFans. I'm not too impressed. They're literally so upset because on a few of my TikToks I've said amigas. When I'm like, I've said this multiple times, my targeted audience is girls. I talk about dating, I talk about makeup, I talk about nails, I talk about hair, I talk about clothes. I am a woman. So yes, my content is geared towards women, and I'm grateful for the men that do watch and support. But like, why, as a 40-year-old man, are you upset that I directed my TikTok saying, amigas, I just got my nails done, or amigas, get ready with me? Like, I don't get it. But I guess I have to make OnlyFans now because apparently I don't have a real life fucking job in a real life. And I had another guy saying, she's not family oriented or wifey. You just don't live in Colorado. That's why you ain't hip to what really goes on. Clubbing all the time, literally the last out the door. That's why she's pushing 30 and no rock on her finger. Always blazing trees, Benjamin, talking about taking bong rips on her lives. Not wifey material, no way. As if the fucking man who's sitting behind a screen hating on a woman he doesn't know is husband material. Like, please, make fucking sense. And there was another dude, Felipe Rios, who made his own profile declaring war on me, basically, and uploaded a short of one of my TikToks and said, si quieres que baje este short, all I ask es que hagas un bikini try on or lingerie or con high heels puestos también, and will let bygones be bygones, and basically said I owe them an apology. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Or like saying that I need to be sued and will be deported because I spoke about my experience working at Twin Peaks. Like, it makes absolutely no sense at all. And I don't understand why they're so upset and hurt, saying I throw so much fucking shade apparently, when all I have said is I don't want hateful, racist, egotistical, ignorant people, especially men, because they're the ones commenting the hate, watching my podcast. If you are not hateful, spiteful, ignorant, racist, sexist, homophobic, then that does not apply to you. So it just makes no sense. And then I've just had men hating on the fact that I don't cover up, and hating on the fact that I do. I just don't. It makes absolutely no sense to me. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I just don't even know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. And I know that people fucking take pride and joy in that. And that's why I continue to still fucking record and still show up. Because I know at the end of the day, like, the views, the comments still get me paid. But I don't know. I've been trying to get into I've been focused on the gym. And I've been minimizing my drinking. And I've been focusing on going to yoga and stuff like that, and that always really helps me and my family too, just to kind of recenter myself and figure out how I'm gonna move forward. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, like, people have been wanting to know how my new job is going and stuff like that, and it honestly just hasn't even been great. Like, I'm very grateful for my coworkers. I love my coworkers, but there's a lot of stuff that I can't speak on. A lot of things in my life haven't been the greatest, and people want me to speak on it and speak on. I know my girls are like talking about, like, I love watching you because it feels like, just a FaceTime. And I'm saying my girls because most of the people that watch me are girls. Like, that's why I say it. But yeah, they want me to talk about my life, and it's just so hard because I wish I could, but even with the video I made about how I had to break things off with my boo, like, I had so many men commenting like, oh, you do that to yourself, like, blah blah blah, like, you deserve it, and, like, you're so desperate, you're this, you're that. I don't know, it's not even worth my energy. But yeah, I mean, that's my update. That's where I've been. I literally had the worst mental breakdown last Tuesday, where I was just like, felt like, I just feel like I'm so, like, I don't know what the fuck this is all for. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, with my career. I was like, do I want to get back into working using my degree, even though it just sucks the soul and happiness out of me? Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, like I said, I know that everyone is literally just doing their best. Like, even I see, sometimes you think that, like, money is what's going to make you happy or whatever. And then I'm around my friends that are super fucking rich or whatever. And then I just see that they're just not happy in other areas of their life. And so I'm like, is that what I want? Like, it's just, I'm at a place where I'm trying to figure out what it is I truly want. And the thing with me is I'm very vulnerable and open about it. And so it allows space for a lot of criticism and a lot of people to chime in, when in reality, that's not what I need. I don't need people telling me where I should work or what I should do or how often I should post or any of that. because at the end of the day, I'm being authentic to me and to my journey and to what I want to do. So, I don't know. That's basically it. Just the most pointless fucking podcast. But yeah, hopefully within this next week I get my brain and my mind right and we come back with a really good fucking podcast. But if any of you guys have any topics or anything you want me to talk about or whatever, let me know. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.